Previously on Dragon Ball Hakai, after Earth is invaded by 16 elite soldiers of the 5 great celestial mages, Master Roshi is attacked by 2 of them. But thanks to his experience, intelligence, and good techniques, Roshi manages to defeat them. But there are still 14 enemies left on the planet. How will the Z Warriors defeat them?
Hakai.
Episode 14, A Hard Battle. Tien shows his true powers. After the invasion, the enemies spread across the planet, and the first to be challenged was Master Roshi. But in the end, thanks to the experience of the old martial artist, he managed to win. But in another part of the world, something is happening. Tien and Chiaotzu chase a pair of enemies flying over the sea in a region of mountainous islands. At a certain point, the enemies stop fleeing and start facing their pursuers. Tien asks, "So, you guys finally decided to face us?" One of the enemies who has green skin says, named Kaikeru, "You idiots! We were just separating you." The other, which has blue skin, says, his name is Gura, "You guys are so stupid. You acted exactly as we wanted." But Tien replies, "We already knew exactly what you wanted to do, but we just can't leave you guys alone doing whatever you want, destroying our planet or causing harm to its inhabitants. That's why we're here." The green man says, "I see. It seems that you are warriors concerned about this planet and its people, but don't think we will be merciful to you for that." But Tien argues. Tien says, "We don't need your mercy. We will fight with all our strength and we will surely win." Somewhat in awe, the green man respectfully says, "You have a lot of determination," said Kaikeru. "Before we start, tell me your names." Tien introduces them. "My name is Tien and this is Chiaotzu." After hearing the names of the Earthling warriors, the green man also introduces himself. "My name is Kaikeru. I am a disciple of the great warrior mage. This is Gura, disciple of the great mage of seals." But Gura complains, "Hey, don't introduce us to others, you idiot." Kaikeru angrily responds, "Don't boss me around." As the enemies argue, Tien tells Chiaotzu, "Listen, Chiaotzu, I feel this green-skinned guy is the strongest among them. Let's focus on him first." Chiaotzu agrees. Kaikeru and Gura's argument ends when Tien quickly charges forward with a kick at Gura and launches him away. Surprised, Kaikeru complains, "You cheater!" Kaikeru attacks Tien and then begins an exchange of blows. Chiaotzu concentrates his ki at his fingertips, creating a small ball of yellow energy and then yells, "Get down, Tien!" Chiaotzu launches a Dodonpa towards Tien, but when he gets down, the attack goes towards Kaikeru. But before being hit, Kaikeru quickly forms a small shield of energy into his left arm and thus blocks the attack. Tien goes to Kaikeru's back to attack him while blocking Chiaotzu's attack. But Kaikeru quickly turns around and hits him hard with a strong punch in the abdomen that set the monk thrown a few meters and agonizing with pain and shortness of breath. Finishing defending himself from Chiaotzu's attack, Kaikeru advances towards him to attack him. Tien, to protect his friend, ignores his pain and goes in front of Chiaotzu, trying an attack that makes Kaikeru dodge. After that, Tien says to Chiaotzu, "Tien, that's weird. The first time I exchanged blows with him, his strength wasn't great. But when I tried to hit him from behind, he landed a punch that seemed to have more than triple the power of his regular punches." Chiaotzu suggested then analyzing the enemy to find out what happened. Gura returned, stopping behind Kaikeru. He looked quite annoyed. Gura says, "You bastard, that kick of yours hurt a lot." Tien smiles and says to provoke the opponent, "The next attacks will hurt more." Kaikeru impatiently says, "Let's stop this talk." Kaikeru flies towards Tien. Chiaotzu entered the front and prepared another Dondonpa, but Gura came and said to him, "Quit getting in the way," softly. Chiaotzu turns to Gura and stretched out his arms to launch the Dondonpa, but Gura grabbed his arms and suddenly Chiaotzu's energy disappeared, and the little warrior didn't understand anything. Gura lands a blow on Chiaotzu and launches him towards the sea, but Tien moves fast and catches his friend before the little one falls into the water. He asks, "Chiaotzu, what happened?" Chiaotzu explains that when Gura touched his arm, his ki simply disappeared. Looking at Chiaotzu's arm that was grabbed, Tien noticed that there was a rune that appeared to be some sort of sealing. He remembered that Kaikeru introduced Gura as the disciple of the great mage of seals. Then he says to Chiaotzu, Tien says, "I see, he sealed your ki. Can you still fly?" Chiaotzu says a little badly, but yes, he does. Tien says, "Then go to one of those islands around us and wait for me there. You're no longer able to fight." Chiaotzu apologizes, but Tien says that he helped him a lot, especially discovering this Gura's technique. Tien lets Chiaotzu go and he flies with some difficulty to one of the islands nearby. Gura, laughing, asked, "Will you face us alone?" The three-eyed warrior replies, "Yes." Now I understand your trick a little better. I'll be fine. Kaikeru, annoyed, asked, "What are you talking about? Are you telling me that you understand my fighting style?" Tien replies, "I have a good theory." But the Green Warrior argues, "Don't talk nonsense, you're just bluffing." Kaikeru steps forward to attack Tien with a punch. Tien does the same thing, going toward the enemy, preparing a punch. Kaikeru smiles and puts his shield in front of Tien's punch, but at the same time, Tien also smiles, and instead of hitting the shield, he grabs the shield with one of his hands, takes the shield out of the way, and lands a punch in Kaikeru's face with his other hand, throwing the Mage Warrior and almost causing him to collide with Gura, who had to dodge his companion. Kaikeru says, "You bastard, that hurt." Tien says, "It's just like I imagined. The key to your ability is your shield. Your ability depends on your shield because it is based on defense and counterattack. When you receive a hit on the shield, you transfer the force of that hit to your right hand, using the opponent's own strength in the counterattack. That's why the punch you hit me while blocking Chiaotzu's attack was way stronger than normal punches. The same thing happened after you blocked one of my punches and hit me." As Tien said all this, Kaikeru became more and more nervous. Gura taunts his companion. "Looks like he really figured it out. You're having a bad time." Kaikeru replies, "Shut up, you idiot. This is bad for you too." Tien, not wanting to waste time, flies towards them while saying, "All I need to do is avoid his counterattack and avoid his touch. That can seal my key. If I do this, I'll be fine." Kaikeru flies towards Tien and the two begin an exchange of blows, both attacking, defending, dodging, and countering each other's attacks. At one point, Kaikeru tries to land a punch on Tien, but the martial arts master dodges the blows and counterattacks with a punch to the Mage Warrior's chin, launching him high into the air with his strength. Gura comes to him trying several attacks. The mage's intention was to touch Tien to seal his keys, but Tien, like the great master of martial arts that he is, dodges all the attacks and, holding Gura's arms, hit him with a strong attack, saying that the attack was for Chiaotzu. After that, seeing Kaikeru return to attack him, he throws Gura at the Green Warrior, who had to stop his fight to hold his companion. Taking advantage of this, the Earthling launched a ki blast at them. Kaikeru threw Gura to the side and blocked the attack with his shield, but before he could think of a counterattack, Tien reached him and kicked him in the face. Gura tried to grab Tien, but the three-eyed warrior used a blow whose pressure in the air created an impact wave that hit Gura even from a distance, stopping the mage. Kaikeru advanced again. Tien retreated, flying while firing several ki blasts at the mage, who blocked them all with his shield. As he advanced, preparing a strong counterattack with all that energy, Tien retreats while he touches the wall of a mountain on one of the islands that surrounded them. There's nothing else for him to retreat. Kaikeru came at him, delivering a powerful blow, but Tien got out of the way, doing a skillful somersault in the air and going over him. The mage only hit the rocks, opening a larger crater in the mountain. Finishing his acrobatics by going behind the opponent, Tien hit him with a dodonpa in the back. Upon being hit, Kaikeru was trapped in the rocks. Gura tries to hit Tien in the back, but he quickly confused Gura by making after images of himself. Gura, not knowing who to attack, ended up attacking a mirage, and then Tien appeared behind him and hit him with a kick that threw him against Kaikeru, thus burying them in the rocks. After that, Tien launched his third eye beam at them, and they were both electrocuted and fell from the rocks into the sea. A few seconds later, they came out of the sea, reasonably injured and very angry. Kaikeru curses, "That damn, how dare he?" And Gura suggests, "Let's finish him off." Tien thinks, "They're stronger than they look. I have to find a way to hit them with a definitive attack." Tien lunges at them and shouts, "Taioken!" Tien's body reflects a great light that temporarily blinds Kaikeru and Gura. Taking advantage of the temporary blindness of his opponents, Tien flies towards Gura and lands a strong kick that knocks him away. After that, looking at Kaikeru, he says, "I'll finish you off first. Kamehameha!" But at the same moment the attack was going to hit him, Kaikeru sees again and blocks it with his shield, and then he says, "Now you're mine." Kaikeru flies until Tien lands a powerful counterattack on him. The warrior dodged, and the only pressure of the blow in the air, that was enough to blow away all the clouds in the sky and cause great waves in the sea. But even not hitting the blow, Kaikeru takes advantage of the approach and grabs Tien, who is surprised by that. Tien says, "What are you doing? Let me go!" Kaikeru yells, "Now Gura!" Gura goes at high speed towards Tien to seal his energy, but at that moment Tien smiles. Seeing this, Kaikeru, who's holding him, asks, "Why are you laughing?" The Earth Warrior replies, "Now I'll get you." As Gura approaches, two arms emerge from Tien's back, ripping his clothes and grabbing both of the seal's arms. At the same time, with his common arms, he grabs Kaikeru. So he had the two enemies attached to him. Gura asks what the technique was and says that Tien is an abomination. Kaikeru orders him to release them, and grabbing them won't help. But Tien, with a smile on his face, asks if it really won't do. Suddenly, three Tiens come out of the sea and surround them from the front, behind, and above. Kaikeru asked what was happening and if there were more mirages, but Tien explains no, those are real clones. I made 3 copies of myself and dove into the sea along with 2 of them while you were blinded by the Taioken. When I sent one of my clones at you, the same one in front of you now. Gura, surprised and scared, says, "What? That's not possible." Kaikeru, equally surprised and scared, says, "So what's holding us back is a copy? It cannot be." Then try to break free of Tien's copy, but fail. Tien says, "Now that I've managed to bring you all together in one place, I'll soon end this fight with a definitive blow." Tien and his clones, who surround the enemies, begin to concentrate ki, exhaling a white aura around them all at the same time, making the hand position forming a triangle. Kaikeru and Gura, scared, try to claim for their lives. However, it is useless. Tien, after concentrating all his energy, shouts, "Kiko-ho!" The 3 Kiko-ho coming from different directions hit Gura and Kaikeru, destroying them. After the victory, Tien undoes his copies. He's a little tired. Finishing the fight, he goes to the island where Chiaotzu is. Arriving at his friend, he comments, "They weren't the powerful enemies in the sense of raw power, but they had very peculiar tricks, which made them quite dangerous. We have to go back to the temple and see what else we can do." And then, after the efforts of Tien and Chiaotzu, 2 elite warriors of the Celestial Mages were defeated. However, there were still 12 of them left roaming the planet Earth. How will the other warriors deal with them? Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Hakai.